Good morning, everyone. Yep. We're back this morning, and we're going to try to simplify our session. When I say that, I mean yesterday session. If you've been following along, we've switched this up. We're going early morning now. Krista Yisker, good morning. Ron Herring's in, good morning. We've decided to do this 5 o'clock thing. Aaron Garlock's in, good morning. So we've got the morning pack. And when I say I type in, usually I'm trying to type in what we're covering so it's easier, not for you guys right now, but down the road for folks that want to look back. I'm trying to title these so that people can search out in the future. We're on number 71 with Live with Spry series right now. So, and we've been extremely consistent the last 2 weeks now. It all has to do with our routine, setting our routine. We've been getting up at 5. We're going live at 6. We get it all out of the way before our day gets too busy. So it's been an effort that I've been making. Not my idea, my wife's idea. But so it's been incredible to see the amount of consistency that I've been able to put together. So I'm going to set my tripod up here. So I think that's something to think about for all of you guys, especially those that are struggling with results. I think there's a few things. So a couple things today. Today's isn't going to be as long. Sit. Because I think they've gotten too long and they've created issues with not the dogs as much as myself. So for that reason, we're going to shorten it up. Morning, Jordan. Good morning, Krista. Joe McAllister, Trace Taylor, Ron is in, Chris Hines is in, Robin Ruby is in, Joe McAllister, Mike Clark, Mike Schulte. Good morning, all you guys. Do me a favor, guys. Keep sharing these. I see some consistent shares, and I appreciate that. That's the only way we're going to grow this thing. So what I was saying was my consistency with some of the stuff I've been doing has greatly improved. Only because I've made this commitment to get up earlier. I'm going to spin this. See them? This is my part of my thing where I get going. I've walked just shy of 3/4 of a mile so far. And now before we get going, I stop and I make my dogs just sit and be patient. It's just a patience thing that we're building into a lesson. I'm going to shorten everything up. And the reason I say that is I typed in Simplified today. We're going to be real simple. We're going to get in and we're going to get out with our training, because yesterday we struggled. A couple days back we struggled. And I think part of it is because of my flow and my rhythm with our training has been awful. I just haven't put the pieces together very well, and consequently we've suffered with our sessions, which mean if you have a crappy session, you're not getting much out of it. So I put an hour's worth of effort into yesterday's session, and I don't think we got much out of it. And it's not the dog's fault. It's my fault. My camera wasn't charged, so the battery died. My reception wasn't good, so I struggled because part of the stuff you saw, part of the stuff you didn't see. My thing got too long, and all of a sudden the cars started driving up and down the road, and we had a ton of, not distractions to the dogs, distractions to me. So what is this all pointing out to? Yesterday's session, I'm going to say, was hideous. I had 3 people call me. I think people like seeing the bad ones. I had 3 people call me yesterday. 3. It's the most I've had in one day, specifically called because of the live from in the morning with specific questions. Now, I think there were questions that were boiling for a while, and they just decided, you know what, that session sucked. And so I'm going to call them because I've had some sessions that suck too. And so I talked with 3 different people that had questions with some of the stuff that they're running into, and they weren't specifically regarding yesterday's session, but they were with some of the stuff that they're going through on their end. And it kind of follows up with, I questioned where everyone's at with their progress, because prior to a week and a half ago, my consistency wasn't very on with some of our training updates. And so as I took my foot off the pedal with lives, I think some people took the foot off the pedal with training, period. And you got to remember, just because I don't go live doesn't mean I'm not training. I'm still getting stuff done. I'm still getting stuff done with these dogs in the day that you don't always see. So it's not that I stopped training, and I think a lot of people went, oh, maybe he's teething, so we're not training. I had that question. The question was asked, my dog's teething, should I stop everything? Now that wasn't a call, that was an email. No, you don't stop everything, you keep going with everything. Just because you're not retrieving doesn't mean you're not training. Such a small percentage of our training is retrieving, even when they are retrieving. These dogs, it's a small percentage of their training. Now Taylor, we're going to pick it up a little bit more. But I had another person that he just signed on. He was struggling with a lot of stuff since teething started, and wanted to know if it's a direct result and should he slow down, or how should he change his stuff up. Well, no, you don't change just because your dog's got sore mouth, but you make adjustments. So we talked about doing that. Another guy that Dan, I don't know if Dan's in yet, but Dan sent me some videos. Dan, I thought your videos looked real good. Dan's healing his dog off of a four-wheeler. There's a couple things, Dan, that I'm going to reply to on that video that stand out to me. So I like that people are starting to talk again and get more involved, at least talking with me on some of the stuff that they're going through with their training. We're going to go announcement. We're going to do a live tonight. We're going to do a live call. I'm shooting it for 7 o'clock. I don't think she's on right now. Good morning, Becky Rayburn's husband. I think it's Justin. We talked yesterday. Jordan Prevost, Jeff Trudell, good morning. Tonight we're going to do a live update with Nicole from Minnesota. I don't know if you guys remember Nicole in Minnesota. She's having some things that are coming up with her training that I think are valid to talk about. It's been silent from Nicole in Minnesota. I've kind of wondered how things were going. I got a message yesterday. I got some pictures, and I'm going to ask her for some more information today, and then we're going to talk about it tonight. But I'm going to shoot for 7 o'clock. I'll put a post up about it to confirm it. But I think that's going to be interesting. But what it boils down to, guys, is I think people have hit roadblocks. People are hitting bumps in the road with their training. And yesterday I touched on it, and I meant it when I said, remember when you have success, because it's not always going to feel that way. So you got to remember what that feels like, because you got to try to get back to it. And I think a lot of people right now are in a tough spot. My dog's not healing that good. My dog decided to start jumping off of its place. My dog is barking on the tie out. The list goes on. Well, it's all new territory. It's the same crap that happened when we started talking about dogs just settling them down and trying to get them to eat. There were a lot of people that struggled with that for a long time. And the reason they were working on it was because that's what we were working on with Spry. Then recall became an issue. And all of a sudden dogs started working through recall. And so now we're to heel, and some people are struggling with heel. So I'm not surprised by any of it, guys, and I don't want you to be surprised by it. But what we need to do is figure out how the hell to get through it. We can't just get frustrated. I've sensed the frustration in messages again, where I actually think there's borderline feelings of, I don't know if I want to keep going with it. It's so frustrating. I get frustrated. Trust me. You want to see frustration? Watch yesterday's video before it cut out. I mean, come on. I acted like a little 2-year-old. I was frustrated because Taylor wasn't taking a line well. Well, whose fault was it? It was my fault. So, and was it my fault with the dog? Maybe not, but it was with the idea that I didn't have reception and I didn't charge my battery last night on my phone. So, what did I learn from it tonight? Last night, I charged my battery. Tonight, I'm standing in a spot right now that has good reception, and I stopped, and I'm going to make this 20 minutes in and out, and I'm going to have a really nice session. So I'm going to get started. Enough time with these dogs of sitting and being patient. Here's what I'm working on. I'm going to get rhythm in my routine today. I'm going to work on heel. I'm going to work on turns, probably left and right. This is my plan going in. Might change as I go, depending on what the dog does. And I'm going to work on sit to the whistle. That's with Spry. And when I'm done with that, I'm done. I'll probably be done in 10 to 15 minutes with her. Then I'll walk, and I brought, instead of bringing a tennis ball and scenting it and rolling it down the asphalt and rolling it into the ditch and trying to send Taylor on it and making her check back and want to be handled and pop, guess what? Bright white puppy bumper. It's going to lay right in the middle of the road, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to send her, and she's going to be able to see it visually. She's going to take it really solid. I'm going to probably do 2, maybe 3 with her, and then Ellie, I'm going to give her one as a reward. My plan today is way better than it was yesterday. So I'm going to get after it. I'm going to spin this around, and I'm going to find success today. Let me bring this up. So good morning, Kelly. Kelly joined in. Doug joined in. Good morning. If you can't tell, guys, I feel way better about this session already. And consequently, I'd be willing to bet it goes a lot better, because when people struggle and they're frustrated and they're thinking so damn hard about their session and what's not happening and all that, these guys read it. And that you're really gonna struggle to find success that way. So I'm gonna spread these guys out. Ellie. Spry. Yeah. Come on. Come on, good girl. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, good girl. Good. Very good. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yep. Good. Good. Heel. Heel. Good. Good. Heel. Heel. Come on. Girl. Good. Heel. Come on. Good. Notice the difference in her turns today. She's full of life. Good. Good. That's it. Now, spins around, see. So, what's my takeaway? I don't know how many minutes that was. Nicole Larson's in. Nicole, we were talking about you. Your ears must be burning. Let's see how many. I don't know how many minutes that was. I'd guess 7. Couldn't be much longer than that. Probably the strongest little heel session I've gotten out of Spry in a week. Best one yet that you've seen on video was the shortest. Was the least amount of talking. So that's the part that, you know, I can't just demonstrate because it's hard for you to understand why I'm doing things I'm doing, but sometimes I just have to do that, and you can watch. Now, I've explained enough stuff prior to that I hope you picked up on things. I don't know if you noticed, one of the things that stood out to me was her feet. She was so full of life this morning. My right hand turns where she normally is dragging way behind, and she's on the outside track, and she just has a hard time catching up to the inside guy. That's me. She was right there with me. Her turns were awesome this morning. That was great. I need to build on that. Her sits to the whistle were good. Her steadiness showed me I haven't pitched a bumper as a denial because I don't normally do it when they're teething. I don't want to throw a bunch of denials to a dog when I know they can't get a retrieve. I don't mind throwing denials to dogs like this. See, because Ellie's going to get that retrieve. But I don't like throwing a ton of denials for the pup and never let her get a retrieve. I want to end it with, if she's steady, I want to let her get a retrieve. So one thing I've noticed, guys, is I've gotten a lot of people sending me videos. I got a few to respond to with retrieving, and that's great. I'm glad you're doing it. Nobody's doing trailing memories. Everyone's just throwing them. So my responses back to several are gonna be, is there a reason why no trailing memories? But so that's a side note. Jeff says, you are human. I am human, and I fail a lot. So yesterday's was a struggle for me. Today's feels good. I'm feeling real good about our session just now. Brian Britton joined in. Good morning, Brian. Good morning. I'll have to catch the rest later. Do you have the whistles in yet? Mike, they are not in yet. The day they come in, you're going to know, though. I'll announce it because I've got a ton of them. I've got some people that have ordered them already. I've got some people that I know are going to. As soon as they're in, we're going to get them in. It's the one part that I hate about not having much control manufacturing on them. Good morning. Wish we had some of that sunshine down here. It's real pretty. Morning, everyone seems to be on their game today. They were excellent today. Okay, I'm confused now. I thought Spry was teething. Is she done? That's why retrieving. I do not want to throw it. I didn't want her to retrieve that, Jeff. That was a steadiness for her, and she broke. So when she picked it up, I called her to me, and I at least got something positive out of it. So what's it telling me? Steady. Sit. Tells me we need to work on steadiness. Trevor Barrett just joined in. So now I'm going to let Ellie get that pick. So that's going to be, I'm setting that one up as my memory. So we're going to keep moving because I'm going to keep this going. Ellie, come on. Ellie, come on. Come on. Taylor, come on. I'm going to continue to heel. I'm going to grab my heel. Come on. Heel. I'm going to grab my little tripod number here, and we're going to keep on our walk because we're not going to bog down. So a couple things I really liked about that was the feet on Spry. Go back and watch it, guys. You'll see a huge difference in how her energy was. And I think Dan said her tail's going 100 miles an hour. I don't know if he's referring, which one he's referring to, but that is another indicator. Watch her tail go when I'm walking with her, when I'm doing my heel work. She's super confident. This dog learned some stuff this morning. She learned stuff. Now we're gonna wrap it up so she can put it in her long-term memory. She's gonna soak it in. Heel. She's quite confident right now, based on her tail. Now, remember, I pitched a mark there as a steadiness. So Dan says yes, he's talking about Spry. Look how quick she is to sit to the whistle. Come on, or to sit to stop. Come on. Now, sit. She's full of being attentive right now. Taylor, here. Taylor, come on. And what I love about that is, man, I can't wait for her to be done teething, because I love her energy. And I'm going to show you her energy. She's not going to be able to make the retrieve, but I'm going to show you the difference between Taylor and Ellie. That's why I'm excited about Ellie right now with handling. But let me get to this. I'm going to spin this around. Again, I don't want to dawdle because it just bogs us down. Flip this around. Taylor. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Heel. Heel. Taylor, heel. Ellie. I'm switching it up. Ellie. Ellie, come on. Watch Ellie. Ellie. The reason I sent Ellie was Taylor went, again, slow motion. Well, then she can watch. Ellie's going to get it. Good girl. Good. And I like Ellie's enthusiasm. And I like her go right now. So she's going to get the retrieve. Good. Here. Oh. Now remember, I'm not using the scented tennis balls today. I'm using a bright white bumper so that these dogs see it. With steadiness for those guys. Heel. Good. Good. Heel. Heel. Taylor, come on. Now, if Taylor shows me a little bit of energy, she'll get to go after that one. Come on. Heel. All right, set this back up. Sit. Come here, come on. Sit. Sit. Taylor. Good. 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 Come on. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good. Oh. Good. So, I'm going to start turning around, heading back. If anybody's got any questions, I'm going to answer them right now. But we're going to head back. That's the type of session I want. Short and sweet and successful. And we found that. So, Jeremy, let me know when the whistles come in. Please let me know. I would like to order one still. Yes, as soon as they come in, guys, this is where you're going to see it. I'll have it live. I'll probably spend a little time and show you my photoshopping skills, and I'll probably make up a little meme or whatever you call them. Have you done retrieves with Taylor in a pack like this before? Lots of them, Dan. Taylor's our oldest dog, so she's 4. Done a ton of this stuff. She's just coming off of her pregnancy. She's lost a lot of her go, so I'm trying to get that back. I'll be working on it. The leash, this is a part of a combination lead from Wild Rose Kennels. The slip, I've got the slip chain on today. Dan, that's one thing. Your video, I would put the slip chain on, and I know we talked about it. And the other thing is I'm gonna watch it again and comment back to you on it. But there's moments there where you missed correction. The lead got slowly tighter, and I think your way to get the dog to get back to heel was, hey, come on, heel. That's not a correction to your dog, so he's not connecting it very easily to the action. You need to have a slip chain on him and then give him a snap. And the other thing I want you to do too, Dan, is vary your speed while you're going on that 4-wheeler. Stop once in a while. Make the dog respond to you. Turn once in a while, or else the dog just sets his cruise control and goes putts along with you. Now the other thing too is you had another dog in there. That's really hard on that dog that you're trying to get to heel when you've got another dog walking out loosely. So I would not train those 2 dogs together. I would not work with one and have the other one go free. Not when you're trying to establish heel work. Anybody else got any questions? I notice that Ellie gets up, spins, moves, or creeps while you walk around Spry. Do you correct her? No, I don't mind that as long as she's not moving. She spins around. I'll do that right now. Sit. Good question, Nicole. Sit, Ellie. Sit, Taylor. Ellie, here. Ellie. Sit. Let me spin this around. I don't mind. The pup's going to do this too. So it says, I noticed that when Ellie gets up, spins, moves, or creeps while you walk. I don't think it's creeping. She does spin. When I say creeping, I mean they physically move all 4 spots. If they're in the same spot, I'm fine with it. Now she stayed that time. But did you see how this pup just adjusted? She adjusted as I walked around. Now, Taylor really doesn't because she's so used to this. And the way you start this out, Nicole, with your dog is very, very small circles. So let me take this pup. Now we're gonna do it this way and see if Ellie adjusts. She's probably gonna adjust because she's gonna want a little bit better view. She's gonna go, ooh, I don't really like this, is getting my neck sore. So I don't want to watch this. I expect her to scooter around and turn. I don't have a problem with that. But so this is how you're gonna start this out with these little pups. Nicole's dog's only 13, 14 weeks old. Come on, sit. So we're gonna get him to sit. I'm gonna have him on the end of the lead. Now you can't do this if you don't have any lead work. So you could do it without lead too if you have a steady remote sit. But if you don't have a steady remote sit, you better work on that first. So steady remote sit comes before I can start moving all around. But once they're on the lead, I can have them on the lead too. And if, see how she's scooching? She's scooching her butt. She did it that time. Now, watch. There. I don't mind that. Not when they're little like this. And I really don't mind it when they're older as long as they're not moving off of it. See how she's adjusting? There she starts to trust and turn her neck back. So I'll have a hard time doing it with the lead on her because she's going to want to chew on the lead. So I'm better off taking the lead off. Now, the thing is she's pretty solid on her remote sit. She's not used to having a collar on, period. That's why she's scratching so much. So, as I turn, watch her neck spin with me. Here comes the spin. So, look who adjusted over there. Ellie turned her body a little bit. I don't mind. She didn't move an inch. She just turned. So we work on just putting these pups on sit and walking little circles around them. And if that little pivot happens, I'm okay with it. Because to me, that's not creeping. Now, if creeping would be, I'm walking away and I turn my back and all of a sudden she takes 2-3 steps. So her distractions are things on the road right now. So she's got to work through that. So this is a perfect example of, this is real life, okay? So I'm talking to the neighbor. Neighbor pulls up, so I got to stop and talk to him. Well, my dog's got to pay attention the whole time. So this is a nice little break in our session. Boom, 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 boom. We had a lot of success. Now we're back to regular life, where Jeremy stops and talks a lot. So now it's just be patient. Eventually these guys usually, it's a lot like laying down. A lot of times they'll lay down, Nicole. I don't mind that. Get comfortable, you're gonna be here a while. That's all they're saying to me. Good morning, Cliff. So steadiness is important. You said very steady. Yeah, they're pretty solid. But that all started at feeding times. And most of you guys, here's the beauty of it. If you guys are questioning anything with this process, I'm gonna ask you, because it seems like everybody finds success at feeding times. You know why everyone finds success at feeding times? Because everyone does it consistently. Heel. It's a built-in lesson. You have to do it twice a day. Heel. Ellie, heel. So the reason people have so much success at feeding times, at first people don't believe that they can, Ellie, heel. It's a half step too far. So I'm going to adjust that. They don't believe that they can do that with their dog. Oh, there's no way. Place training. People think place training is miracle work. There's no way I could do that. But then they do it for a little while and they're consistent with it and they find success. And they realize it's really not that hard. Feeding times and steadiness, people do it twice a day, every day, and all of a sudden their dog just gets it because of the repetition and the consistency, and the habit gets formed. Remote sit's the same thing. Heel work is the same thing. Sit to the whistle is the same thing. Retrieving and recall is the same thing. Hand signals are the same thing. There's nothing that we train a dog that with repetition and consistency doesn't form a habit. It's just got to be the right one. As we get more involved and we get further down the road, we start taking a lot of these parts and pieces that we've been working on. Remote sits, sit to the whistle, recall, steadiness, patience. We start taking all those little individual parts and pieces and piecing them together, linking them together. All of a sudden we've got a chain. Instead of links, we have a chain. Well, that gets a little more complicated. There's way more moving parts. That's when people get frustrated. That's when people don't have the same success that they had because it's a little bit more complicated. Well, that's going from kindergarten to first grade to second grade. There's a reason you don't go kindergarten to senior year. Because if you don't take all those little, heel. If you don't take all those steps in between, you're going to put a kindergartner, graduate them to senior in high school, and they're going to fail. That's what we're doing with our dogs a lot of the time. So, if you guys got questions, do you feed before or after you go out? I don't feed until after, Dan. I don't want to feed the dog and then go work them. So, these dogs will eat sometime this morning, 8 o'clock, something like that. If you guys got more questions, keep asking them, okay? Keep sharing this. I want to thank you guys for your support with this. Trust me, 5 o'clock in the morning is a lot easier to get up when I know I got 20 loyal, my 30 pack is down to a 20 pack. I don't care. We're going to be deep, not wide. I'd rather be deep, not wide. I don't care how many people, as long as the people that are following are buying in, are committing, and are executing. Heel. As soon as I stop paying attention to my dogs and I start paying more attention to the phone, things slip. Ta-da. That's not hard to believe. One thing Dan said to me yesterday was, man, I tried filming on my four-wheeler. That's really hard to do. Yes, it is. What I'm doing with these dogs is a pain to try to film. It's really hard. It's a magnitude of times 10 as far as level of difficulty. But without doing it, I can't tell you the story. I can't show you this. So that's why we do it. You guys have a great day. Keep the questions coming. Now I'm going to talk with Nicole about tonight. I'm going to shoot for 7, Nicole, but I'll message you. And heel. And then we'll do a live call with Nicole and we'll talk about some of the things that she's going through with Maverick. Have a great day. Keep working. And remember, it's baby steps. I don't want to get people so pumped up that they go, we're going to do it. And then they spend 4 or 5 days on it and then they fade off. So your dog won't get there that way. I'd rather see you go, yeah, I'm committed to it. I'm going to do 5 minutes a day, 3 minutes a day. 2 minutes a day is better than an hour once a week. You guys have a great day. We'll talk soon.